Hello and welcome to another edition of Conspirator Brock's Pull List. This is my pull list for the week of September 18th, 2019. Let's get right into it. It's a decent sized week. First up, we have Aquaman number 52. Kelly Sue DeConnick is continuing writing on it. It's gotten a little bit better. I'm curious to see where it goes with the Year of the Villain stuff and with Black Manta. So I'm giving it a little bit past 50. We'll see if I continue with it. Aquaman, his John's and stuff was really good, and then afterwards it was okay. But since Kelly Sue DeConnick took over, it's taken a turn, and I don't know if I'm really happy with it. So, who knows? Next up, we have a Batman 79. More Batman and Catwoman in this issue. We're counting down to the last Tom King Batman issue before we go into Batman Catwoman. It will end with issue 85. So, yeah, it's coming up pretty soon. So, yeah, we'll see what happens in this issue. But Tom King's just done an amazing job. And if you like Magnum P.I. Beach Bod Batman, there's more of it in this issue. So, yeah, issue 78 was really cool. 77 was really brutal. So I'm curious to see where Tom King takes us with the rest of this. Next up is a free book that's coming out for this weekend. And that is the Dark Knights Batman Who Laughs Special Edition. Batman Day is this weekend. I believe it's on the 21st. Let's see, 19, 20. Yeah, I believe it's on the 21st. And you get the Year of the Villain, or the Dark Knight Who Laughs. It's got an extra cover on the front, so this is what the regular one looks like. It's got an extra cover because you can cut this out and make the Batman Who Laughs mask. So it's got the eye slits for you and all that stuff. So if you want, grab one so you can cut it out. It's got the nice 80 years of Batman on the back there. But yeah, that's out this weekend for a Batman Day. And that's September 21st on Saturday. So get down to your local shop to check that out. Next up, we have a new miniseries from DC, and that is Flash Forward, coming out of Heroes in Crisis. This miniseries is going to follow Wally and see what happens with him. It's written by Scott Lobdell, so I'm curious to see what happens. A lot of people are pissed off about Heroes in Crisis and what it did to Wally's character, but I'm excited to see what we get from this, because it's nice to kind of have characters change things up a bit. Not as drastic as Rick Grayson changing, but I think this is a good different pacing for Wally, considering he came back from he came back in Rebirth, and his life has just been just a mess, with not having his wife and his kids and all that stuff. Like, everything's just just crazy. So Wally fans don't like it. I'm curious to see where it goes. So. Next up, we have another dollar comic from DC, and that is the Harley Quinn dollar comic for issue 1 from the 2013 to 2016 series by Amanda Conner, Amanda Conner and Jimmy Palmiotti. Really good stuff. I love it. It's a Harley variant. I'm gonna pick it up anyway. So, but if you haven't checked out Harley, that's a decent issue to pick up for $1 and check it out. So we'll see. Next up is the last issue in the series. I believe, and that's High Level number 6. I've enjoyed this. It's been okay. It's nothing grandiose or great, but it's been a good, solid kind of sci-fi book from Vertigo. So I'm curious to see how it ends. Next up, we have Justice League number 32. Yep, so that's Kamandi, and we're gonna see what's going on with that and the Justice League that's in the past, and trying to take down Apex Lex and. Oh God, what's her name? I can't even remember her name. The big bad lady that's remaking universes with her sons. Yeah. Well, her sons are trying to stop her from doing it. Why am I forgetting on what her name is? It's like I don't know. Oh, let's see. It's gonna bug me. It's bugging you too. Everyone's like, it's this, and they're screaming at me like, Fragment, bottled, still there. Perpetua, that's it, Perpetua. Aha, only took me a little bit. Sorry about that. Perpetua. So yeah, Scott Snyder's done an amazing job with this. Also pinning with James Tyrion IV. Good stuff. If you haven't checked out Justice League, you need to. It's really solid. Next up is one from Valiant, and that's Killers number 3. This miniseries is kind of just okay. It kind of goes into some of the like ninja letter characters and what's happening with them, and somebody's trying to hunt them down and all this stuff. So it's an interesting look, considering Ninja K is not, or Ninjak is not out right now because they stopped the series. So curious to see where this one takes it. Next up, we have Lex Luthor Year the Villain special. So we get to check out some Apex Lex stuff. This one is written by Jason Latour with art by Hitch. So yeah, we'll see. Next was one for my daughter, and that's Marvel Action Captain Marvel #2. Yep, we'll see how she likes that one. Next was another a Valiant book, and that's Psylords #4. I'm not totally impressed with this one. It's kind of just stuff's happening, but not happening at the same time. It doesn't really build any world. It just seems kind of like just barfed out. This story that's barfed out that's doesn't really connect very well to the Valiant universe. So we'll see. Next up is one that we got shorted, and I finally got it back in, and that's Redneck #23. Donny Cates' is Redneck. It's good. I like it. If you haven't read it, check out the first trade. It's basically Southern American vampire stuff. So next up, we have Second Coming #3 from Ahoy Comics. First 2 issues were really good. It's really funny. Mark Russell does a good job kind of playing with the religion and all that stuff, mixed with, superheroism and just really, really good stuff. If people get offended by it because the religious stuff, like, they're dumb. It's read the story, get it for yourself. It's not something that's completely gross and in your face and just, I don't know, like Preacher. Like Preacher, I can't recommend to anybody who's religious, like heavy religious at all, because it's just bonkers against religion. So this is not. This is more of a questioning thing and a dialogue, and it's really, really good. Next up, we have Supergirl #34. Curious to see what happens with Supergirl after all the House of L and crossover with Superman, and what she's going to do now on her own. That everything's been taken care of with that Zorg or whatever. I can't ever remember his name, and I'm not going to look it up. So yeah. Next up is Superman #15, and yes, that's the Legion. Ooh, we got some Legion characters. We're getting closer and closer to Legion. This Superman's going to kind of solidify it going forward. Legion Millennium 2 comes out soon, and then we will get our Legion of Superheroes book right after that. So, yeah, good stuff. I can't wait. Bendis has done a good job on Superman and leading into the Legion, so... Next up is Teen Titans #34. I've been enjoying what Adam Glass has done with the book. I'm curious to see what Year the Villain has in store for the Teen Titans. But again, it's one of those books that I've never been a huge fan of the cast of characters, or just a huge fan in general. I like the idea, I like the premise, but I've never enjoyed it a lot. So we'll see how that goes. Teen Titans book I do enjoy. That's Teen Titans Go #36. Basically, this is just more of the TV show stuff, but maybe not as fine-tuned and good, but still, Teen Titans Go. It's funny. It's for kids and adults. Finally, on my pull list, we have Wonder Woman Come Back to Me #3. This is the Amanda Conner stuff from the Palmiotti stuff from the giant-sized Wonder Womans that were in Walmart. So those are slowly rolling out now. I'm enjoying it. It's good. I'm curious to see where the story goes with just a kind of a different... it's just a Wonder Woman story. That's basically what it is. Honestly, it's hard to remember because I'm like, what happened last issue? I did pick up some variants this week. So the first one is, of course, the Clayman variant for Batman 79, which we sold out of at Comics Conspiracy, and yeah, it's awesome variant. I got one of the variants for Flash Forward. I thought it was pretty cool, so I got that one there. There was another one, I don't remember what it was, but I think we were shorted, so I might pick it up when it comes back in. Justice League 32 had a pretty cool Trinity variant there, so I snagged that one up. Supergirl, of course, 34 had a kind of Art Germy. I don't know the artist's name, but it's Art Germ style. Adam Hughes did the Superman 15 variant with him crashing through to save Lois, so I decided to pick that one up. And of course, Teen Titans had the Crush and Robin fighting over the Genie girl. So I thought that was interesting. So I picked that one up as well. I did get some graphic novels. The first one is Port of Earth Volume 3. This collects issues 9 to 12 of Port of Earth. Port of Earth is one of those books I would just read in trade, but it's really good. I like it. The concept is amazing. And I look forward to reading it when it comes out every year at this point, because the last one came out last year. But really, really good stuff. I like Point of Earth. If you haven't checked it out, go pick up that first trade. It's good. Next up is Star Wars: The Menace Revealed, Volume 2. Epic Collection. Sorry, this collects Star Wars 19 to 35 material from Dark Horse Extra 35 to 37. Star Wars Tales 13 and Dark Horse Presents Annual 2000. So I've been getting these epic collections of the old Star Wars stuff from Dark Horse. I can't wait to kind of finally sit down and read them at some point. But yeah, there's a ton of them out there now. I need to make sure I get the ones that are. I need to make sure you're getting them because they're going out of print at random intervals. So it might not be. It might be something that you may need to watch out for if you are interested in them. I needed to make sure that I get Legacy and Knights of the Old Republic because the first ones of those are going out of print, but then they're going back into print because I don't know. There's a weird thing with Diamond and reorders and publishers and getting a hold of them. Like communication just sucks, but hey, what can you do? I did pick up a portfolio this week that came out, and that's the Jim Lee art portfolio. They did one for Art Germ a while back, and so now they're doing the one for Jim Lee. It has all of these images on the back here. So let me zoom in or move it up close. So yeah, some of his old stuff, kind of other things, newer stuff down here below. So yeah, so it's a good variety of his work for DC. So yeah, so if you like Jim Lee, definitely pick out that portfolio. And I also got something for my daughter. We got it in the other week, but it was damaged. And yeah, so I got it this week, and it's a Harley mallet. I know what you're thinking. You're like, it's for you. I'm like, it could be for me. Just whack. I'm like, behave. But no, this is most likely going to be for my daughter. I'm just going to put it up on my shelf and just have it displayed. I don't know yet. I'm afraid if I give it to her, she's just going to hit her brother with it, and he's going to get a black eye, and then it's going to be screaming, and I'm just going to be yelling, and yeah. So we'll see what happens with the Harley mallet. Yeah. That's it for what I got. I did grab some stuff to read. Just read, so on and so forth. We were actually shorted all of our copies of House of X number 5, which is very, very brutal for a comic book store to not get their entire order of a book that large. And so hopefully it will be in tomorrow. It was supposed to be overnighted to us. But I actually got to read a damaged copy of a variant that we actually got. So this is the variant. I believe it's the connecting one. But yeah, I read through it. Definitely something that is going to change the way the X-Men universe is going forward. I'm curious to see what that change entails, but we'll see. And I also picked up Once and Future number 2 because the first one was pretty cool. So that's it for this week's pull list. Please like, share, and subscribe to the channel. You can leave your comments down in the comment section below. You can help, or you can follow me. You can listen. You can also listen to me on the Comics Conspiracy podcast. We just finished recording episode 419, where we talk some random sales chart stuff and answer some listener questions. We answered a listener email, so that's pretty cool. And just in general, just kind of talk some comics and talk some shop. So there's a link in the description below as usual for that. If you want to help me and my fellow conspirators out through Patreon, you can do that at www.patreon.com/comicsconspiracy. For as little as $1 a month, you help us with hosting fees, getting food sometimes, and getting products. So thank you very much to all of our backers. It does help out immensely. You can help me out a little more directly through any of the Amazon links here or on my webpage at conspiratorrock.com. Click on those, order something, and I'll get a cut of it. Thank you to those that try and make an effort to do that. Or you can go over to my eBay page where I have stuff that I'm getting rid of, and you can get something there, which helps me out even more directly. So thank you guys. Appreciate it. I'm settling into the new house. As you can see, the bookcases are coming together. I got to get some stuff taken care of and some other stuff arranged. Money's a bit tight, but I'm managing, so hopefully I can stay afloat. But yeah, overall, it's a healthier environment, I think, and I'm enjoying it. So, yeah, that's pretty much for this week's episode. So, guess what? I'll see you next week.